Hello and what is going on, you guys? Hyperion-Blue-GT here. Welcome back to Gran Turismo 7 part number 25. From the last video in part number 24 to collect 3 Alfa Romeo cars from the European Clubman Cup 600 in 3 events, is going to be having some differences between the small, medium, and large to have the Mito 1.4 T Sport 2009 4C Launch Edition 2014 and the best for the most, the 2008 AC Competizione is now already acquired to be on the menu book and registered into the car index. But earlier at the start, because I just also to have one Mito to be put up to have one rail car to be put up to have a Total Drama World Tour livery will be imported to be in GT7 from GT Sport. So right now, after menu book number 23 on collection, so let's go and take on to be at number 24 in circuit experience. But now it's about to go on to set out to do some racing course in Dragon Trail Gardens, located in Croatia, Europe. Use circuit experience to learn about a track. Alright, looks like claim victory in a one-lap attack of Dragon Trail Gardens. We'll be having one racetrack available is Autodromo National Monza, located in Italy. So I hope everybody is about to get yourself prepared to do some training exercise to have more sectors, including a time attack. We'll be going in to take some practice and training to be specifically on different vehicles, including Group 4 and Group 3 race cars. Especially to have 3 other Group 2 cars are now also to be part in Asia, Oceania areas to be on the racetrack. Alright, so let's go and take on for Dragon Trail Gardens for circuit experience. Now that you added some powerful European cars from BMW and Alfa Romeo to your collection, I'd like you to enter the European Championship. I don't think you've ever raced in Europe before, so I hope you enjoy it. Head over to the World Circuits, then select Dragon Trail Gardens in Europe. Use the Circuit Experience feature to drive a lap of the track and get a feel for this layout. Once you manage to score a bronze or better on your practice lap, this menu is complete. Using the Circuit Experience feature to learn the track is the key to winning there in future races. Alright, Luca. Looks like it's time for me to go for some circuit experience for training to have a good exercise on the racetrack. But also to have this part of the cutscene before starting up in menu book number 24. I also purchased a Chevrolet Corvette C3 Stingray to have a hardtop version as a 1969 model. Just like the convertible version, but a hardtop might be quite also to become fully premium car in GT7 is going to be turns out to become much brilliant to have the same differences between the hardtop and a convertible. So let's go and head out to Croatia in Europe. Will be set up to be on the circuit experience, will be labeled as a compass icon. So let's go and take on the gardens and have 4 sectors, including a 1-lap time attack by using the Peugeot RCZ Group 4 to be as a temporary car. But it's also to be used as the original prize earnings to be on gold and bronze, but only in this update. Currently to be moving on in version 1.13 to have 3 cars and a track layout of Circuit de Spa-Francorchamps in the 24-hour layout. So there are 4 sectors, including a single time attack, will be started up to do some exercise, just like license tests as you may ever attend from National B to Super License. So let's go and take some experience in 4 sectors until the time attack for only 1 lap will go on. It's Understeer pressure time. We'll be doing some exercise. We'll have to get underway, but it might be possible before the race begins a demonstration video will get you settled into how to master the first sector by sector around the track. So let's see how the tutorial will explain. So, starting out to have a good turn number 1, we'll be going in to have a perfect line to be on the inside of the apex. Once you clear turn 1, you'll have to move on to take turn 2 to 3 and follow up on to turn 4. Looks like it's going to be doing well. Final stretch is going to be reached up at the finish line. Okay. Well, I guess I have to be ready, folks. Let's see how I could probably have to do this to be on the circuit experience on GT7. Just like GT Sport to have a fully well introduced feature to be in the last game. But it's going to be taking a lot of practice to go faster for the goal. Gonna have to do this right. Okay, keep it up. Turn number 4 is doing good. Okay, looks like silver to be well achieved by the average. Thank you, Sarah. I just finally passed on silver. Just like license tests and driving missions, but it's going to get much harder on circuit experience, so it might be possible just going to have to do a piece of cake work. Gonna have to go hard with the understeer. Okay, turn number 2 to slam the brakes. Go right in on to turn 3. Turn 4, step it up. Okay, looks like that wasn't so hard and very close enough. My new record is going to be well marked on the goal for 27.517 seconds. Originally on silver, 28.072 seconds is going to have to do average. That's 1 circuit down, 3 more to go. So I hope I could probably have to save a replay for having some diary references to see how good you are. Can also have to take this good excellent sector in Dragon Trail Gardens. Now let's go for sector number 2. Total goal time to be in 16.3 seconds. Now this is going to be a very challenging ways to step it up. Going straight away to be on the curb and take the hairpin onto the finish line. That should be a very good piece of cake. Let's go for sector number 2, folks. Taking a hairpin plus having a straightaway will be going increase the speed of acceleration. Okay, looks like it's going to get much harder to be wide open. But I know this is going to be very harder to take. But just going to have to try to go early brake, but not too much, or doing at the main queue is going to be quite giving some less disadvantage. You might have to step it up and go harder to take that hairpin whenever you're going to have to do an early brake. So let's try this and go early brake onto this part of the hairpin. Okay, I guess that might be quite harder as it looks to be, but mastering the hairpin in Sector 2 between the drivetrain layouts in Group 4 class could probably might have to practice much quicker and do it correctly. Now for attempt number 3, we'll be get much suited. Alright, looks like that wasn't so bad. And finally reached the goal. Sector 2 clear for having a goal for having an average time to be updated in 16 seconds with a decibel of 0.88 seconds. Wonderful work, and doing some training work will be fairly called in to have a lot of good effort when you're racing in Sector 2 in the garden layout of Dragon Trail. Sector 3, let's move on and take the next one. It's going to be very tricky to have a consecutive corners just like the International B license. So let's see how the cornering could probably have to go forward after taking the hairpin in Sector 2. There's only one turn. Just follow the highlight on the yellow blimp. Very good. Now here comes the consecutive corners whenever you're gonna have to step it up. Okay, that should do it. Find your line. Just find your focus. Yes, now that's a piece of cake without any attempts in Sector 3. 35.718 seconds. Clearly and doing a lot of hard work. Now let's see for the replay for doing the best part. After proceed on the hairpin, just gonna have to go where the S is before going forward to be on the consecutive corners at the right turn. So let's see how it turns out. Alright, S-curve successful. Now for the consecutive corners to go for the right. Excellent line. Now for the final push in Sector 3. Perfect. Replay to be saved and exit out. Move on into Sector 4. This will be an excellent straightaway before going up to the hill to be at the final turn. We'll be doing an out and out to have the last two turns before moving on to take the end of the lap. So let's go and take two. This will be an excellent straightaway to have two turns. We'll be doing an out and out cornered. Just gonna have to step things up and follow the line to have the two turns. We'll be doing a blind corner technique. Between the drivetrains is gonna get much better to see how good you are. Can actually have to take the final corner in Dragon Trail Gardens. Let's gonna have to go and do an early brake. Stay at it. Just gonna have to go deaccelerate and make a very excellent push. But don't get to deaccelerate too much. It will might have to lose your best chance. But clearly for having some minor setback before starting out in attempt number 1. But saved by the goal, 21.553 seconds. Sector number 4 is all about just gonna have to find a good perfect cue moment when if you're gonna have to do two turns on the inside of the apexes. Well, I guess 4th sector is complete, but it's not yet over. One lap attack is about to get prepared, you guys. After taking several sectors around the course layout, it is going to be very challenging. Just like the super license test, we'll be going in to do some technique work. We'll have to go for only one exam. We'll get set up and beat your main time at the goal. So let's go and give it everything what you got to master every sector around the track. Will be mastered on every corners to do it right. Let's have a rolling start for only one lap to master every corners to see everything what we got. Let's do this. Gonna have to stay on and take turn 1. Go hard for the acceleration throttle before moving on to take turn 2. Gonna have to take turn 2 and go for the brake before moving on in turn 3 and go steady onto turn 4 to have a good understeer left. Ghost car is currently in the lead. Now let's move on in Sector 2 at the end of the first sector before moving on to take the hairpin. Time to go early brake and slam the brake hard and do the inside of the apex. Very work and still catching up to be currently to be on the main time by under a minute. Take the left turn, go hard for the understeer before moving on to take the consecutive corners in Sector 3. Alright, looks like staying on the dirt gear might be going average, and take the straightaway before up the hill to be on Sector 4. Out and out. Let's go on and take the inside correctly. Almost there. Gonna have to stay on track until a minute and 40 seconds. And I have finally made it and will achieve on the goal. I cleared the gold lap attack, 1 minute 42.21 seconds. Solid fine work, you guys. After having several attempts for putting up a new clip, and that's how. Congratulations to be on the first step to become a track mastery. Possible to have a achievement is going to be very optional to choose your favorite racetrack in GT7. Now here's a replay for the 1 lap attack. Just to see how this part of the video in part number 25, we'll be doing some demonstration of circuit experience. But I'll make sure part number 26 will be going to participate at the European Championship will be later on by now, but it's gonna have to do some more big amount of prize credits to be stacking up to do some hard work. But I mean, we always go focusing on a goal to have some high valuable prizes to earn some Gran Turismo credits much easier. So there's only have 2 sectors to be well clear. I'm currently to be moving on in Sector 3 to be on the S turns until gonna have to take the left corner to proceed on to the consecutive corners at the right. Solid fine work. Very excellent to be well achieved to have some nice 5-step corners to be on the right. Straightaway to go up the hill onto the final turn in the out and out. One inside apex clear, 2 for the apex, and take the full final stretch. That's how having a 1 lap attack to have a clean run is all about master the corner to do some experience on that track. Good thing this replay is a very good job well done to take 1 lap event. It's going to be doing some main recommendation for the GT Cafe. So, looks like 4 sectors including 1 lap attack is finally clear on the goal. But I can't wait to see how the prize credit is going to get much higher up to be on 1 million credits. It turns out to become perfection. On second thoughts, 54,000 credits is going to be used to turn out to be. But doing some hard work is going to be doing well achieved to have some ordinary prize credits on every sectors, including 1 lap. After you exit out the circuit experience on the track, you earn all bronze to have over 100,000 prize credits, but there's 200,000 prize credit to be unlocked, and gold for 500,000 credits. Very good. Very fine, awesome work to have the first ever circuit experience in GT7. Well, I guess this is going to be the perfect time to go back to the GT Cafe, but I'll make sure that one racetrack is going to be quite good enough to have a good place to be on the Seaside layout in Dragon Trail. So let's go and take on 3 sectors, including 1 lap attack. As always, we'll be using a different race car to be in the Group 3 class. For this part of the temporary car, we'll be using with a Jaguar F-Type Group 3. Original variation from Gran Turismo Sport is going to be a very good green to go. Now, for this part of the main sector is going to be very challenging for only 33 seconds. By a decimal of 2 seconds, we'll be on the main goal before moving on in Sector 2 to have the same time with a different decimal on 33 seconds. Sector number 3 is going to be moved on to have 34 seconds for the decimal of 2 seconds to be added up to have the final sector to be on the bus stop's dead chicane. But of course, the dead chicane is a very tough technique corner for every Gran Turismo players. It's gonna might have to do some more correction and doing some clean turns. So let's start out in sector number 1 to have an excellent straightaway to take turn 1 and 2 and 3 to be part of it. Alright, let's do this. Let's go build up with some high amount of prize credits after achieving on bronze and gold. Let's start the training and take sector 1. Gonna have to go braking up and move on into turn 2 and 3. Stay on track. Let the ghost car can do the trick. Going right in and slam the brakes to have that next turn to be on the right. Okay, looks like that should be quite going average for attempt number 1 in Seaside layout of Dragon Trail. 33.325 seconds. Now let's try this again. This time it's going to get much quicker and harder. If you can take sector 1 to have turn 1 will be going quicker to be on the follow-up lineup. There you go. Take turn 2 and 3. Stay on the range of the RPM and mobility. Turn 4 going well. Aim for turn number 5 before taking turn 6. Alright, very first fast-paced piece of cake work out there, folks. 32.974 seconds to be updated on a new record. But I can't wait to get settled in to have some more prize credit after the video ends. This time, the replay will be step up to do some gold achievement to be on the highlight. 1 down, 2 to go, until the 1 lap attack will be ready to set up. Now, after taking turn 6, we'll be doing an S-curves. We'll be get settled in to be on the hairpin after taking the first one. So let's see how you guys can handle to have the main common whenever you're gonna have to do a 1 lap achieve time to be racing around in Seaside layout of Dragon Trail. So let's go and take sector 2. We moved on. 3 seconds on the rolling start before we can take on in turn 7. Turn 7 clear. Now for turn 8 through 9 to be on the S's. Turn 10 is going well. Now for having a curved straightaway in turn 11. Here comes turn number 12. Brace yourself and make your chance on the inside of the apex before stepping up and go for the finish line to be on this part of the hairpin. Fine golden achieved for only 33.4 seconds. Awesome work. Very awesome work and doing some standard achieve time to have this part of the walkthrough if I could probably have to see some skipping parts, might be giving some further interruptions. Alright, looks like Sector 2 on the replay clear. Now here comes Sector 3, is going to be a tough one. Bus stop chicane, including the final turn. Main goal time in 34.2 seconds. Now, let's see how I could probably have to take the bus stop. That chicane is going to be a tough risk. Gonna have to do this. Gonna have to do an early break. But yeah, this part of the dead chicane is very tougher as it looks to be, just like Gran Turismo Sport, along with the Nations Cup and Manufacturers Cup. Now let's go and take the final turn on the hairpin. Stay on it. Make that good fine touch and move the straightaway, just like pretend to be on the first lap. Fairly good enough, but the bronze might be ends up to be doing some more work on the dead chicane. That's how what happens. Slows down, might be giving you a disadvantage if you might have to be quick enough to master the dead chicane on part of the bus stop. Just like this, because hitting the barrier might be result of having a damaged contact, will get a penalty for future championship events. So let's go for attempt number 3 after having attempt number 2 is going to be a very tough effort. Just like this. Great. Clearly this part is going to be much harder if you can probably have to be quick enough to master the dead chicane. So by the looks of it, attempt number 4 is going to be a driving danger close when you're in the dead chicane. It's going to get a very tough risk. Final turn on the hairpin before doing the full stretch. And here it comes. Gold record to be marked, checked, and updated for having a golden reward. Sector number 3 is a very difficult work whenever you're going to have to step it up and drive carefully when any opponents are coming in nearby. So hopefully this part of the replay might be giving some hard work example to see how it might be well handled to take on in the bus stop dead chicane. The entrance on the inside of the bus stop before you can probably have to take the hard part to go quicker and without getting hit by the barrier might be result of the penalty due to the future championship moments to be moving on until the start of the Nations Cup is going to be scheduled by tomorrow. But speaking of which, May 6th is going to be the early time before at the end of May 5th, which is Cinco de Mayo. But don't worry folks, I'll make sure I'll have to be uploaded onto my YouTube channel. It's going to be shared the part to have some like and comment to share your thoughts about your previous record that you took in Dragon Trail Seaside and Garden Layout to be in Croatia. Now, it all comes down to this, to have a 1-lap attack in 3 sectors in Seaside track variation of Dragon Trail. Just gonna have to give it everything what you got, and make sure be very careful on the dead chicane after taking the bus stop. This part of the corner layout is very harder as it looks to be. Here I go, let's do this. Let's push up the pace and go for only 1 lap to have a good, excellent, clean technique. Turn 1 clear. Now go for the brake in turn 2 before going up onto turn 3. Keep a good eyes on the pressure on the mobility. Turn 4 is doing quicker and faster. Now for turn 5. Turn 6 is going to get much inside of the apex before moving on in sector 2. Straightaway we down, turn 7 before pass up onto turn 8 through 9. S turns clear. Now for turn 10. Close call. Turn 11. Very good and clear. Hairpin incoming to take turn 12. Go for the brake. And stay on the RPM if you could probably have to take the bus stop chicane. Turn 13. Sector 3 we go. Bummer. Just gonna have to try to stay calm and well concentrated if you can well handle to take on the bus stop chicane. Sector 3 is very hard to be well handled if you could probably have to take a good clean run. Now let's start over to have a square one to be on attempt number 2. Okay, looks like just gonna have to keep counting on the turns. Turn 5 makes a good mark. Now for turn 6 again. Very good. And let the ghost car will proceed in sector 2. Turn 7 clear. Now for turn number 8. Deaccelerate and go for turn number 9 until turn 10 will be going open to be on the inside of the apex. Turn 11 good. Now for the hairpin to take turn number 12. Okay, very good. Sector 3. This is gonna get harder out there. Oh man. Slowly and disadvantaged when you're in sector 3. Just gonna have to drive carefully, just like the competition race event. Now for the final turn. Slow in, go faster, and follow the line on the apexes. Successful goal complete. 1 minute and 39.339 seconds. I have cleared the gold lap attack in Dragon Trail Seaside, folks. Very good, and own this course to be well mastered and go for the practice. Just like my perfect moment before tomorrow is Test Season 3, Round 1 of the 2022 series of the Nations Cup. But clearly, this part of the circuit experience is going to be my part of training exercise. We'll be going forward to have any kinds of Group 3 race car will be available to have 2 types of regulation by determination. One for the rental and one for the own garage car is going to be well chosen to see how good you are. Can actually have to take many kinds of different Group 3 cars, including 2 GT500 race cars along with 1 GT300 race car as well. Now let's see the replay for having a 1-lap attack. Since I cleared sector 1, moving on in sector 2 to have a good S turns to be corner up. Very good technique. Follow the line on the apex to step things up on the inside. And here comes the hairpin. Better make sure to practice right if you can well handle to take the good perfect line. And now, here comes the bus stop to be on the entrance before taking the dead chicane is going to be a very tough risky. Safe but clear tight with no drama or contact. Now for the final turn is the hairpin. Gonna have to see how the good cornering is doing some hard work. Solid fine work. Final stretch by doing a checker flag to be on circuit experience complete. Very well impressive. So now I have made it on to rank number 3 on the France ranking. Is going to be doing well spot to be having a 1 minute and 39.339 seconds to be on the good moment. For goodness, for having some fine hard work to be in 3 sectors including 1 lap, just like more sectors to be differently to be on the track layout. So let's go exit out, collect some fine earnings to be on the standard to be achieved on bronze and gold. Finally did it. 200,000 credits to be earned on bronze and 1 million credits to be earned in all gold. Wow, so much very good to have. This update is putting up with some more prize money is going to be well earned for every Gran Turismo players, but I mean 2.4 million credits. I am so very happy about this kind of an update in Gran Turismo 7, folks. I know you guys really want me to have an urgent notice to be very patient until now, because that makes a best moment for all of us. We'll be giving a good increased cap limitations up to 100 million credits. But thank you economy for having a good update on GT7. So let's go back to the GT Cafe before proceed on to the European Championship in the next race by tomorrow for the next video. I bet Luca is going to be so surprised I just took 2 courses in Croatia. You done it again. Nice work. I'll bet you got a good understanding of the Dragon Trail Gardens track now. Next, I'm going to ask you to enter a championship. But don't worry, I haven't forgotten about your reward. It's all yours. You earn it. Solid gold complete in circuit experience, you guys. Autodromo National Monza is now unlocked and available in the world circuits. And now, European Championship for the next event to be on the menu book number 25 will be confirmed to be on part number 26. But I'm so glad to have this kind of a good earnings to be well changed up to be as the original. But earlier at the start, because after spending many days for having a wait moment to be on the price limitations to be on to 20 million credits. But however, 100,000 credits is going to be very much high valuable opportunity, just like Gran Turismo Sport after participate in Lewis Hamilton time trial challenge. Now let's go and have a 4-star roulette ticket. Will be at the use before the next day is going to be coming soon to have the start of test season 3. So let's see which car should I get. Oh, another Subaru BRZ-S 2021. Nice. That should be quite very usable to be as a different livery design. But the WR Pearl, but a black color is a silica, is now already acquired to be put up as a road car. Very nice. Very nice. And I have another BRZ-S is stored in the garage. I like it. But luckily, if I could probably have to get a 5 or 6-star roulette ticket, this is going to be a much bigger, better ultra reward prize for every Gran Turismo players if you're lucky enough to have a good, valuable race car. So now I have to make sure to come up with a better idea if I could probably have to do a playlist on circuit experience. But optionally, I'll make sure if I could probably have to continue on to be in the full walkthrough, so I'll make sure European Championship will be coming up in part number 26 on the next video. But it's going to be having some much ideas if I could probably have to come up to have some different playlists to my YouTube channel. It's going to get much better creative ideas to have much better interest in GT7, so I could probably have to do some driving missions, license tests, and also sport mode along with daily races as well. So now, it's time to wrap this up before moving on to take part in European Championship. Thank you for enjoying watching the video on Gran Turismo 7. I hope you enjoyed. So make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel for a like, comment, and click the bell for notifications on upcoming content videos if you like to see. I'll be seeing you guys next time on Gran Turismo 7, and I look forward to see you again in the next video. Keep on racing, stay clean.